Have you made good financial decisions the past few years and don't have NVIDIA's newest RTX graphics cards, but you still want to play Oblivion Remastered? Well, luckily today with Mods Showcase, you might just be able to. In our last episode, we looked at ultimate engine tweaks, which help people get better performance without hurting the visual fidelity of the game. But what if hurting the visual fidelity was an option? Today, we look at Optimalsations. It's not optimalizations, right? Optimalsations. We're looking at Optimalsations by The Hybrid. In our first episode, we took a look at Ultimate Engine Tweaks, which did a great job helping many people with better performance in Oblivion Remastered, and it is currently the #1 downloaded mod on the Nexus for Oblivion Remastered. Now, in the comments of that video, I got a message from The Hybrid himself saying that we should take a look at his mod, Optimalsations. Now, let me tell you, if you just care about getting as many frames as possible, you can absolutely increase your FPS output with this mod. Now, if we go over to the files section on the mod page, we're going to see at the top here, we have an all-in-one installer. And then below that, we're going to have some ultra quality options. And the lower we go down on here, we're going to have balanced and performance options. Some of these say that they're best used on handhelds like the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck. And then down here at the bottom of the page, we have low-spec gaming options. On screen right now, I'm going to flash up some of the nerdy, kind of basic gaming specs on my rig right now so that you guys know what I'm running with. Keep in mind, a lot of these are meant for lower-end builds, but I'm going to jump into this at 4K, as I always have been with benchmarking. But this time, I'm going to turn all of my graphical settings in the game down to the lowest, and then use these engine tweaks from this mod to see what we can get. Now, kicking it off with some before and afters, just like my last video, we're going to start off with Gwendon Farm, right on that Gold Coast near Anvil, and my typical frame rate you guys are going to be seeing when running on that high setting like I normally do at 4K, I'm running at about 40 or 50 FPS. Now, with this mod on and turning my graphics down to low, for the first time while playing, I am able to push triple-digit frame rates. Does this look buns compared to what I was having before? Yes, but if you're in the boat where you can't even run the game and you really just want to have a shot here, I think Optimalizations is going to give you a great opportunity to do that. Next, I decided to go to the Imperial City Marketplace. I wanted to go to an area with a higher NPC population and see how that went. And again, you're going to notice we're going to get an immediate drop down in that graphical fidelity. You're going to notice that some of the signs farther away are kind of hard to read. They're going to get really blurry. But again, it's a super noticeable frame jump this time. And lastly, going to an Oblivion gate that I encountered, didn't see again here as much of a frame jump. These seem to be the hardest areas to run. Actually going into Oblivion itself is not as difficult as being outside in Cyrodiil facing these gates. But with this mod again, trying to just crank out as many frames as possible, this mod absolutely helped. Regardless of what I did with my graphical settings, setting them to low without this mod, setting to medium without this mod, it was not getting me the frame rates you're seeing right now. This game is not optimized on its own. The modders are working their tails off trying to make this game more playable because, as we all know with Bethesda releases, they're typically pretty buggy, and this one is definitely not an exception. And with how gorgeous this game looks cranked up all the way, even with these mods in, it still looks pretty dang good. I'd still say it looks better than the original Oblivion. So if you're looking at grabbing the remaster and you really are just trying to crank out as much FPS potential as possible, Optimalizations is 100% for you. Now, if you want to stick around for the next couple minutes to get an install tutorial, feel free to do so. If you watched my install tutorial on my last video, it is quite literally the same thing. We're just dragging another couple ini files into an Oblivion folder on our desktop. If you are interested in seeing more Oblivion Remastered mod videos, do click the subscribe button. I have a new video in the works where I'm going to be doing a larger showcase showing off a couple of quality of life improvements as well as a couple other miscellaneous mods all in one video. So if you want to know the best mods coming to the game right now, which ones are fun, which ones are going to give you good balancing tweaks, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Okay, so quickly before we start the tutorial, I just want to give a big shout out again to the mod author, The Hybrid. He is a verified mod author on the Nexus, and all of the files that are on this mod page have been verified by Nexus. I do highly recommend scrolling through each option and just quickly reading the description. It's going to help you find out which version you might want to try or try first. I do, however, recommend just downloading the AIO. The file size is quite small, and it encompasses all the different versions you're going to see here in a nice, neat folder. So you're going to want to click manual download, and then once it's finished downloading, head over to the downloads folder over in your file explorer, which will be right here. It should be pinned on your computer. And then you're going to want to open up the zip folder. Now, once we've opened the zipped folder, we're going to see the 8 different versions of the mod, as well as an install guide. Now, for this tutorial, I will be installing the low-spec gaming version, as that's the one I used in today's video. However, the installation process for any of these is exactly the same. So you're going to want to open whichever folder you're looking to install, and then you're going to want to highlight all of the files in here, all 4 of them, and click copy. Next, you're going to want to head to your Oblivion Remastered ini directory. I'm leaving the path for that down in the description of this video, so you're going to need to copy that path and then paste it in here and click enter, and you should be left in this folder. Once you're here, all you need to do is right-click, click paste, click replace the files in the destination. There should be 4, and you're all set. To uninstall the mod, all you need to do is delete the 4 files you've just put in here and then launch Oblivion. The game will recreate all the files necessary and you will have a clean vanilla installation. If you'd like to use a different version of the mod, all you need to do is go back to the folder where you've downloaded them, open up the version you'd like to use, copy the files, head back to your ini directory, and then paste them in. If you ever need any help with installation, please do leave me a comment down in the comment section of this video, or do leave the mod author a post on the mod page.